Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Welcome. This will be our last Kartik inspiration, and I will put the microphone to the side. If I think about the months of Kartik in retrospect, I remember that day where I was sitting at Govinda Kund under that ancient tree where 500 plus years Madhavendra Puri was visited by Krishna, who gave him a pot of milk. I still hear the parrots chirping as I was chanting my mantras there. I remember when I went to one temple and took darshan of the deity, and all of a sudden that cow came. The cow looked so lovingly at the altar and the deity that I felt immediately in my heart I should give the mahaprasadam, the food which comes and is handed down to you from the priest, directly from the altar, to that cow. And when I did it, I felt I was part of the flow of Radha and Krishna's arrangements, in this case for that cow. I remember also the discussion with that old Vaishnava whom I had met perhaps 40 years ago, and who had raised a family where he had inspired every member to take part in these breathtaking Krishna Leela performances. This old Vaishnava was looking at me and said, "I remember you." And then he put his hand on the sides of my head and said, "You are also becoming very grey, like me." Then he became very serious and he said, "Now as my life comes to the final part, I want to only remember Krishna and his pastimes and his mercy and his form. I want to think of Radha only." Then he looked at me. "What is your focus? What will you do in the remaining years?" I also remember that one day when everything became too much, the noise, the pollution, the dirt, the loud voices of people, and more than anything, the mind. And I called out in helplessness, "Please give me a sign that you care. Please show me that you are caring." The next morning I found myself before sunrise in a car which drove me to the most peaceful and serene place I have been so far in Vrindavan. So much nature, parrots, and more than anything, peace of mind, so that it's much easier for me to access that invisible, eternal, and internally perceived Vrindavan. When I look back at all these and many, many, many more experiences, of whom I was able to share a few, there is one thing that stands out very strongly. Vrindavan is alive. Vrindavan is real. At times, it may hold a mirror before you and shows you your real face. And at other times, it comforts you with a love similar to the love of 1,000 mothers, and shows you a way where you thought there is no way for me. All this and much more. With all this, I mean this divine reality which is palpable here, makes Vrindavan the topmost holy place, a place where one can have divine encounters, a place where one's hope and faith is increased, a place where the yearning of the soul are fulfilled. I was hoping that I was able to share a few of these personal experiences, these type of confirmations with all of you, so that you take courage. Yes, Krishna, God, eternity, spiritual reality, all this is only a prayer away. It is very close, much closer than some of us think when we are stuck in the busyness of life. I wish you all the best. I should say at the very end what was in my heart all this time. I felt you on the other side of the computer. I received so much feedback of you. It was all coming to wherever I was hiding, and I was very, very grateful to be able to share some of my enthusiasm and some of the inspirations with all of you. I will be, when I return from India, again much more present on the internet, because we are now launching a new book which will usher in a whole new phase. It will be very much about contemplation, the exciting explorations of the inner world and the discoveries which are waiting there. So stay in contact, and yes, see you for the next Kartik Inspirations, perhaps in 1 year.